Hi there, welcome to this video. Okay, before we start, I'm going to show you my first prints that I did with my Saturn IV Ultra. And let me just start by saying two things. One, that printer is amazing. I had some experience in the past with 3D printers and they were quite frankly rubbish. Not very good at all. But now they've come on such a long way. When I printed my first prints, it blew me away. Now Saturn IV Ultra is easy to use. Well, I'm going to go through my whole process later or in my next video, but it's just dead easy to use. It's really, really easy. If you're thinking about it and you're not sure about it, it's easier. I mean, I have an advantage because I'm a 3D modeler anyway, so I understand all the process and everything that you go through to set these things up and to make it happen. But anyway, it was just pretty amazing. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you're going to do 3D printing with resin in particular, you've got to be safe. Do it safely because it is a toxic substance. And if you're not safe with gloves, masks, good ventilation, I'm going to show you my setup in my next video and you'll see what I mean, but it's just do it safely. But this video is just about the first prints that I printed, and this here you see on the screen now. I sculpted this a long time ago. This is one of my first sculpts I did with ZBrush, quite a long time ago. And I thought, okay, one of my first sculpts can be one of my first prints, and I printed this. And when you see it, you'll be like, that's really good. That's it's like, wow. And he's dead cute as well, because I've painted him now, which I'm going to show you the process of that as well, but not in this video, in my next video. So if you want to see that, make sure you click the like button and follow me and do all that stuff, because yeah, it's very cool. So first off, this is Chitubox. This is a piece of software you need to use to do your slicing of your geometry. Basically, it doesn't literally slice the geometry, it creates slices from your geometry. I'll explain how that works. But this bit of software, using this is like when you're used to using 3D Max, ZBrush, Blender, clean, neat, tidy 3D software, and you come to something like this, it's like wading through mud. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it works. It does the job it's intended to do, but it's just frustrating and pretty hard to use sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, I won't go into that now. Maybe I'll do a whole video just on this because it needs it badly. We develop software, obviously games, and I'm pretty sure we could write something better than this in a few weeks. We could probably fix this up quite quickly, and yeah, anyway, enough of that. If you can imagine, like, I think this is 4,000 slices, 4,000 pieces of paper all stacked on top of each other, each paper with a drawing of what that layer looks like if it was sliced. And that's basically what this software does. You can also hollow it out, which you can see I've done there. You can see some holes in the feet there. Resin can get inside and not dry properly, so you want to be able to clean out the inside and have a sort of like holes that let you drain out the substance. And also you can shine a little light in there to cure the resin. I studied a lot on how to do all this stuff, so. And this here is obviously the base I use to put it on, and you'll see that in a minute. So this is what you use. You set it all up. These things here at the bottom are supports, and it prints literally. It prints this way up in the printer itself. So this bit up here is attached to an arm that moves up and down. It comes all the way down into the vat of resin right at the start here, and starts printing the first layer. And this grey substance here, you can see that's the first layer. That's what it sort of sticks to the plate with, and then it starts building these supports. And then you've got to have these supports because of any overhang. So like if it's printing and it like gets to, let's see if where is a good example, like this foot here. See this foot here, the way there's nothing else attached to it. Well, if it didn't have these supports and it got to that and it started printing that would just fall into it would just fall because there's nothing holding it into in that position in 3D space. So you got to have supports, so all this will get printed and then it will start printing that attached to these supports. So that's the idea. That's why you need supports. It's really fascinating. It's an art. It's an art in itself, setting all this stuff up. I mean, I automated that, and I put in a few extra little ones because you can manually do it if you want to. But yeah, this is what you do. You set it up, you slice it, hollow it out, make holes in it, get it all ready to print, basically, before you send it to the printer. And what I did, you can send it to the printer from here, but it took, for some reason, it was taking a long time. And I thought, no, stop, put it in a USB stick, plugged it into the side of the printer and did it straight from there, and it was much, much quicker. So I did that instead. But there it is, ready to be printed, and you can see it's the same model as before. So let's have a look at the print. Okay, this is the actual print. I've put one coat of primer on this. Cause I just try and spray it as quickly as I can after I've cured it. It gets a spray of primer, and then I know it's safe to touch, basically. But this is yeah, it turned out amazing. This is actually my second print, not my totally first print. I'll show you my first print in a minute, but this is the second one I did that was mine, that I sculpted and created myself and put it through the process and printed, and that's how it came out. And it's like, wow, I was just blown away. Absolutely amazing. The quality is just astounding. It's really good. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep them. So this is my actual first print that I did. I think everybody who gets a Saturn IV Ultra prints this out, and you can see it's got Saturn IV Ultra written on it. And I was so impressed with this. Even on the top, there's some tiny little writing, and it's not very well focused, but you can read it quite clearly, and it's like the detail is phenomenal. The very first print. This is quite hard to scrape off the build plate, to be honest. So it took some doing, but I was just a bit nervous about getting it off and how hard I should scrape, and that's when I discovered I should use the plastic scraper and not the metal one, if you can help that. So that was my first print. Anyway, so I hope you liked that video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.